Hello everyone, myself Miss Halunde SS. Today I am going to discuss with you related to analog circuits. In that, our today's topic is related to non-linear application of the op-amp. In that, number of non-linear application we have studied earlier, but today's lecture we are going to discuss about square and triangular wave generator. Now let us see about square and triangular wave generator. Just see square wave generator using op-amp. This is the circuit diagram related to square wave generator. In this, op-amp is used for the square wave generation purpose. Along with the Zener diode are connected face to face. That is just see here the VZ1 and VZ2. This is a VZ1 is related to Zener diode 1 and VZ2 is related to Zener diode 2. This is a op-amp, and see here that reference voltage, that is a feedback resistor, is connected across from the output towards the input. And for the input, for that positive and negative terminal across, the input is connected along with the capacitor C. Just see here one capacitor is used which is connected in series with that input signal. Just see here. This is the connection of that capacitor. This is a feedback resistor connected from the output towards that input. Here R1 and R2, both the resistors are connected in series along with the ground. And Vout, that is the output voltage, is nothing but beta into Vout. That beta factor is nothing but R2 divided by R3 divided by R2 plus R3 by using that voltage divider rule. Now let us see about this. The non-sinusoidal waveform generators are also called as the relaxation oscillators. That means non-sinusoidal, that means except that sinusoidal signal, whatever the signals are generated by that oscillator circuit, then that type of oscillator circuit is called as a relaxation oscillators. The op-amp relaxation oscillators is shown in figure, which is having a square wave generator. In general, the square wave are relatively easy to produce. Like the UJT relaxation oscillator, the circuit frequency of oscillations is dependent on the change on discharge of a capacitor C through the feedback resistor R. The heart of the oscillator is an inverting op-amp comparator. Just see along with this, the comparator uses the positive feedback that increases the gain of the amplifier. The comparator circuit, this offers the two advantages. First is related to high gain, causes the op-amp's output to switch very quickly from one state to another and vice versa. Second, the use of positive feedback gives the circuit high stresses. High stresses means what? Upper threshold voltage minus lower threshold voltage. Upper threshold voltage minus lower threshold voltage, which is related to high stresses. In the op-amp square wave generator, the circuits given in the figure, the output voltage, that is a Vout, is shunted to grounded by the two Zener diodes which have connected here, Z1 and Z2 connected back to back, and is limited to their either VZ1 and VZ2. VZ1 is of having minus sign and VZ2 is having positive sign. Related to comparator, as we earlier discussed, related to that comparator, that the comparator has having only positive signs, that means it is having only positive feedback, or it does not having any kind of a feedback. For that purpose, the comparator is only known about that positive feedback, or it does not having any kind of a feedback. Along with this, a fraction of the output is feedback to the non-inverting, that is a positive terminal, and the combination of IL and C acting as a low pass RC circuit is used to integrate the output voltage, that is a Vout, and the capacitor voltage VC is applied to the inverting input terminal in place of the external signal. That means instead of applying any kind of external signal towards that inverting, that is a positive inverting terminal, here we are going to applying that is a differential input voltage, that is given as V in is equal to Vc minus beta Vout. That is a collector voltage minus beta is a constant factor related with the output voltage. Along with this, when the Vin is any positive, that is a Vout is equal to minus Z1, VZ1, that is a Zener diode 1 minus sign. When the Vin is any negative, that is the output voltage is equal to plus VZ2, that is the Zener diode 1 and Zener diode 2 having the positive direction and the negative direction value. Consider an instant of a time when Vin, that is the input voltage, is less than the 0. At this instant, Vout is equal to positive Zener diode output, that is a output related to second Zener diode, and the voltage at the non-inverting, that is a positive input terminal, is beta, that is a VZ2. The capacitor C charges exponentially towards VZ2 with a time constant RFC. The output voltages remains the constant at VZ2 until Vc equal to beta VZ2. Along with this, when it happens, the comparator outputs reverses to minus VZ1. Now Vc changes exponentially towards minus VZ1 with the same time constant, and again the output makes a transition from minus VZ1 to plus VZ2. When the Vc equals minus beta VZ1, let VZ1 is equal to VZ2, the time period T of the output square wave is determined using the charging and discharging phenomena of the capacitor C. The voltage across the capacitor Vc when it is charging from minus beta Vz to plus Vz is giving by Vc is equal to 1 minus 1 plus beta E T divided by 2T, where T is equal to RFC, which is having a constant time factor parameter. Along with this, the waveform of the capacitor voltage, that is Vc, and the output voltage Vout or Vz, that is having Zener voltage diode, are shown in the figure when T is equal to T by 2 and Vc is equal to beta Vz or plus beta Vout. Therefore, the beta Vz is equal to Vz into brackets 1 minus 1 plus beta E minus T divided by 2T, or E minus T divided by 2T is equal to 1 minus beta divided by 1 plus beta, or T, that is a time factor parameter, is converted by this by using this equation. Just here 2T log E 1 plus beta divided by 1 minus beta, which is equal to 2 RFC C log 1 plus 2 R3 divided by R2, because it is related to inverting op-amp configuration. Then next, this is the waveform at actual. What is the waveform came into picture related to that square wave generator. Just see here. Here we are applying that 1/3 of ECC and here 2/3 of VCC. This is the capacitor charging period and this is the related to capacitor discharging period. Again, this is the charging time. This is discharging time. For the charging time, what happens for the charging time? Charging time, it is in increasing direction, that is a square wave, and for the discharging time, charging up to charging, it is increasing towards the steady position, and from that of the discharging, it will be goes down. Again, for the charging period, it will be in a rising direction, and for this, just see here, for at a particular distance it is in a steady state position, and away from this position it will be goes on the decreasing direction. Like this, the capacitor charging and discharging period will be occurred here. Just see here, this is the charging time of the capacitor and this is the discharging time of the capacitor. This is again charging time of the capacitor, again this is discharging time of the capacitor. Then here is the output voltage IC is connected over here. Along with this, thus by using any kind of a input, we are going to generate the square wave from that square wave generator circuit. Along with this, the frequency F is equal to 1 by T of the square wave is independent of the output voltage. Vout, this circuit is also known as a free running or a stable multi-vibrator. A stable multi-vibrator, that means for the multi-vibrator, no any kind of a stable state is present, because it has two quasi-stable state. Quasi-stable state means what? There is no any kind of a stable state is present. The output remains in a one state for the time t1 and then makes an abrupt the transition to the second state and remains in that state for the time t2. The cycle repeats itself after the time t is equal to t1 plus t2, where t is the time period of the square wave. The op-amp square wave generator is useful in the frequency range of about 10 Hz to 10 kHz. At a higher frequencies, the op-amp slew rate remains the slope of the output of the square wave. That means the square wave generator related to op-amp, it is used only for the frequency range having 10 Hz to 10 kHz. The symmetry of the output waveform depends upon the matching of the two Zener diodes. Just I have shown you related to Zener diode connection, that is a Z1 and Z2 related to above circuit. Just we have seen, which is a unsymmetrical square wave which is having T1 not equal to T2 can be had by using different constants by charging the capacitor C to positive output voltage and negative output voltage. Along with this, these are some advantages related to square wave generator. Just see, square wave generator is a very simple, easy to maintain and cheap in a rate. Then along with this, after that square wave generator, or by using that square wave generator, only one block is added over here for the performing of the triangular wave generation. It consists of a comparator and the integrator combination as shown in the figure. The output of the comparator A is a square wave of amplitude, positive saturation or negative saturation, and is applied to the inverting input terminal of the integrator B. The output of the integrator is a triangular wave and it is feedback as the input to the comparator A through a voltage divider R2, R3. Along with this, just see here, this is the triangular wave generator, and in that triangular wave generator, just see here that is a way that is we are used, it is a combination of triangular wave, square wave generator and that of our comparator, and the comparator and triangular wave comparator and the square wave generator will be introduced here. Just see triangular wave. Here that variable resistor is connected as a switch. Just see here R3, and here capacitor is connected as along within a feedback path for the generation of that triangular wave. Along with this, this is a integrator will be generate out. Just 1 minute. Here just integrator will be generate out the waveforms. The integrator will be generate out the waveforms. Just see here, first of all we are giving that square wave as an input. For the triangular wave generation purpose, only one kind of input we are introducing there, that is nothing but only the input is provided for the triangular wave generator is having a square wave. For that purpose, first of all, if suppose input is having any kind of a structure, then we have to convert that input signal into square wave first of all, and then only it can generate the triangular wave. And just see here, the input is given to 0 bit and it will be introduces output towards. Just see here, this is the rising period of that capacitor. This is the rising period of that capacitor, and it will be remains steady at some particular time period, and it will be sloped down from that steady position. It will be again it is remains steady at some positions. Along with this, this is the rising position, this is a steady position, and this is a rising down position. For the rising position, the integrator output will goes on also in a rising position. For the decreasing position, integrator output will goes on also in a decreasing position. Like this, there is a variation done over here. To understand the circuit operation, assume that the output of the comparator A is at a positive saturation. This forces a constant current through C to give a negative going ramp at the output of the integrator. As shown in the figure, therefore, one end of the voltage divider is at a voltage that is a positive saturation and the other at the negative going ramp. When the negative going ramp reaches a certain value minus ramp, the output of the comparator A switches from positive saturation to negative saturation, that is a minus V saturation. This forces a reverse constant current, that is a right to left through C, to give a positive going ramp at the output of the integrator. As shown in the figure, the positive going ramp reaches, that is a positive ramp reaches to the effective voltage at the point P, becomes slightly above 0 volt. As a result, the output of the comparator A switches from negative saturation to positive saturation. The sequence then repeats to give the triangular wave at the output of that integrator B. Along with this, the amplitude and frequency calculation related to that triangular wave, just see here, the frequency and the amplitude of the triangular wave generated using op-amp wave can be determined by the following way. Just before switching occurs from positive saturation to negative saturation, the voltage at a point P is 0. This means that the negative ramp must be developed across R2 and the positive saturation must be developed across R3. That is minus ramp, that is a negative ramp divided by R2 is equal to positive saturation divided by R3. Just see here, negative ramp divided by R2 is equal to positive saturation divided by R3. Here the negative ramp is equal to minus R2 divided by R3 plus V saturation. Similarly, for the positive ramp saturation, the output of the integrator at which the output of the comparator switches from negative saturation to positive saturation is given by positive ramp is equal to what is it will gives the output. Positive ramp is equal to minus R2 divided by R3 into minus V saturation. The peak to peak output amplitude of the triangular wave is V output peak to peak is equal to positive V ramp minus of V ramp is equal to 2 into multiplied by R2 divided by R3 V saturation, where V saturation is equal to positive saturation is equal to modulus of negative saturation. That means whatever the value present over here related to positive V saturation and negative V saturation, just they are considered as only positive type. Along with this, just see here what that above equation represents us. The above equation represents that the time taken by the output to swing from negative ramp to positive ramp, that is a ramp generated for the system that is having positive ramp to negative ramp value, or from the positive ramp value to the negative ramp value, is equal to the half the time period, that is a t divided by 2. This time can be calculated from the integrator output equation as follows. That is a V out peak to peak is equal to 1 divided by R1 C1, that is a minus, with the integration from 0 to t by 2, that is having a minus V saturation dt is equal to V saturation divided by R1 C1 t by 2. Just see this equation. For the taking integration from this constant side, what we get that is a t by 2, it is a constant factor, it is a taken out. Then V0 peak to peak divided by V saturation. V saturation here is having multiplied condition. For the equal signs, opposite sign, what happened, it is a goes into the division point. Like this, R1 C1 is also present at the denominator, then for this side it will become at inside that numerator. Therefore t is equal to 2 is having here in a denominator side, it will be again multiplied with having 2, that is a 2 R1 C1 V peak to peak divided by V saturation. Substituting for the equation, that is a V0 peak to peak from equation number 1.4, what we get, t is equal to 4 R1 C1 R2 divided by R3. Thus, for the frequency, we know very well time is inversely proportional to the frequency and frequency is inversely proportional to the time. For that purpose, by using time formula, we are going to calculate that frequency very easily, and by using that frequency formula, we are going to calculate the time very easily. Then our next point came into picture related to what is the definition of that time parameter, or what is the equation in between time and frequency. Time is calculated by using the formula T is equal to 1 by F, and frequency is calculated by the formula F is equal to 1 by T. Like this, whatever the here, this is the equation related to T. T means what? Time parameter. And for the frequency parameter, what we are going to do? We are going to do reverse related to that time parameter is, just see here. Here is the frequency parameter is present, and we are going to only reverse that time parameter as the numerator quantity goes on to the denominator and denominator quantities goes on to the numerator. Like this we are going to calculating that frequency, that is a output frequency. It is denoted by the formula F0 is equal to R3 divided by 4 R1 C1 R2. Thus the frequency of oscillation increases with increase in resistance. That means how that is relation in between the increase in R3, that frequency goes on increasing, because just see here for the equal signs opposite sides, just see here R3 is present at the numerator side and all rest of the quantities are present at the denominator side. Because of the R3 presence in the numerator side, that the frequency and R3 both are the directly proportional with each other. That means whenever the R3 goes on in increasing condition, frequency also goes on in increasing condition, and if suppose R3 goes on in a decreasing condition, also that frequency goes on decreasing condition. This is the correlation in between the frequency and the time parameter related to triangular wave generator. This is all about that triangular wave generation and square wave generation. Thank you.